Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Firdaisa Nazira and today I would like to explain about assessing listening. First of all, we need to know the difference between listening and hearing. Hearing is the passive psychological process of perceiving sound. It happens automatically when sound waves reach your ears. You don't have to make an effort to hear. It's simply the detection of sound. We can say that hearing is when you hear background noise or someone talking nearby without paying attention, while listening is an active process that requires attention and cognitive effort. It involves not only hearing the sounds but also understanding, interpreting, and responding to the message. So we can say that listening is when you focus on what the person is saying to understand their message. So what is assessing listening? Assessing listening is the process of evaluating an individual's ability to understand and interpret spoken language. It involves measuring skills like comprehending sounds, understanding vocabulary, context, attitudes, and nonverbal cues, and grasping the overall meaning of the spoken input. Next, we need to know why assessing listening is important. The first one is to determine learners' listening proficiency. Assessing listening helps establish how well learners can understand spoken language at different levels, like beginner, intermediate, and advanced. This provides a clear picture of their current abilities and readiness for more complex listening tasks. The second one is to identify strengths and weaknesses in listening skills. And the third one is to guide teaching strategies and curriculum development. Four is to track progress over time. And the last one is to prepare learners for real-life communication situations. Next, we talk about types of listening assessment. So there are 5 types of listening assessment. The first one is intensive listening. Intensive listening focuses on assessing a learner's ability to recognize the basic components of language, such as a sound and words. Assessment methods that use in intensive listening are minimal pair recognition, dictation, and also identifying phonological features. The second one is responsive listening. Responsive listening involves understanding and providing a short, direct response to spoken input. And the assessment methods that use in responsive listening are question and answer and also giving commands. Number 3 is selective listening. Test the ability to extract specific information from a longer piece of spoken discourse while ignoring irrelevant details. Assessment methods that use in selective listening are information transfer and also listening for guess and note-taking. Number 4 is extensive listening. Extensive listening assesses comprehension of larger segments of spoken language, such as a story, lecture, or conversation. Assessment methods that use in extensive listening are summarizing or retelling, and also listening with authentic materials using real-world audio like podcasts, radio broadcasts, or TV clips. And the last one is interactive listening. Interactive listening measures comprehension within a dynamic conversation, requiring both listening and speaking skills. Assessment methods that use in interactive listening are role-playing and also interviews and discussion. Next, we will talk about challenges in assessing listening. The first one, listening is a receptive and invisible skill. Listening happens inside the learner's mind. We cannot see or directly measure how they process sound and meaning, unlike speaking or writing where output is visible. Listening assessment relies on indirect evidence, which may not fully reflect comprehension. Number 2, variability in audio materials. Different speakers may have various accents, which can affect understanding. Some speakers talk fast, others slow, impacting how much information learners can catch. Number 3, influence of context and background knowledge. Comprehension often depends on what learners already know about the topic or situation. If the listening passage is about a specialized subject unfamiliar to learners, they might struggle even if their listening skills are good. Number 4, test anxiety and environmental factors. Learners may feel nervous during tests, which can reduce their ability to focus and process information accurately. External distraction like noise, uncomfortable seating, or technical issues can negatively affect performance. The last one, designing valid and reliable listening tests. It is challenging to create tests that truly measure listening ability rather than reading skills or guessing. For example, multiple choice question might be answered correctly by guessing or using test taking strategies. The difficulty level must be appropriate. Too easy tasks don't differentiate learners. Too hard tasks cause frustration. Next is designing effective listening tests. The first one, we can use authentic and varied audio materials. Number 2, ensure tasks match learning objectives. Number 3, balance between testing detail and general understanding. Number 4, provide clear instruction. And the last one, consider time constraints and difficulty level. So the conclusion is, assessing listening involves testing a person's comprehension of spoken language through various tasks designed to measure different levels of listening skills, such as intensive, selective, responsive, and extensive listening. Effective listening assessment requires designing tasks that reflect real-world communication, using appropriate audio materials, and choosing suitable response format like multiple choice or short answer to accurately evaluate a learner's ability to understand spoken discourse. I think that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.